Manifestation has become one of the most talked about concepts in self-growth. But what does it really mean, and how does it actually work? Today we're breaking it down. Simply, clearly, and without the fluff. Manifestation has become one of the most talked about concepts in self-growth. But what does it really mean beyond the buzzwords? At its core, manifestation is the belief that your thoughts, emotions, and deeply held assumptions are the primary creative forces that shape your reality. It's not about wishing for things to appear out of thin air, but rather about understanding the profound connection between your inner world and your outer experiences. The foundational idea is simple yet powerful. What you focus on expands. Think of your mind as a garden. The thoughts you consistently plant and water are the ones that will grow and flourish. By consciously directing your mental and emotional energy toward your desires, whether it's a new career, better health, or stronger relationships, you begin to prime your mind to notice opportunities and resources that were previously invisible. This isn't magic, it's a fundamental shift in your perception and attention. This process is all about alignment. When your beliefs, feelings, and intentions are in harmony, your actions naturally follow suit. You start making choices, both big and small, that move you closer to your goal. Ultimately, manifestation is a practice of conscious creation, empowering you to move from a passive state of hoping to an active state of building the reality you desire. So, how does this process work on a practical, biological level? It's less about mystical forces and more about the incredible power of your own brain. Science tells us our subconscious mind plays a powerful, often hidden role in shaping our perception of reality. It governs what we notice, what we ignore, and ultimately what we act on. Think of it as the silent director of your attention. This is where a fascinating part of your brain comes into play, the reticular activating system, or RAS. The RAS acts as a filter for the massive amount of information your senses absorb every second. When you consciously set an intention, like finding a new job or improving your health, you are essentially programming this filter. You're telling your brain, this is important, pay attention to this. As a result, your brain begins to actively scan your environment for information and opportunities relevant to that specific goal. This explains a very common phenomenon. Have you ever decided on a specific model of car you want, and then suddenly you start seeing that exact car everywhere? The number of those cars on the road hasn't actually increased. What has changed is your awareness. Your brain, primed by your intention, is now highlighting every instance of that car, filtering it from the noise of other vehicles. This is selective attention in action. And this is the crucial point. It's not about magically summoning things into existence. It's about directing your focus so intently that you perceive the world differently. You start noticing the open doors and subtle clues that were always there but remained invisible. By sharpening your focus, you align your awareness with your desires, making you far more likely to recognize and seize the opportunities that lead you toward your goal. It's not magic. It's a deliberate and powerful application of your own mental focus. One of the most powerful, yet often misunderstood tools within the practice of manifestation is the law of assumption. It offers a subtle but profound shift from the more commonly known law of attraction. While the law of attraction often focuses on asking for what you want, which can inadvertently reinforce a feeling of lack, the law of assumption invites you to bypass the wanting stage entirely. The core principle is this. Instead of hoping or waiting to one day have your desire, you mentally and emotionally assume it is already yours. You live from the state of the wish fulfilled. This isn't about pretending or ignoring your current circumstances. It's a disciplined mental diet where you consciously choose to inhabit the feeling and mindset of the person who already has what you desire. Think of it as a form of deep psychological rehearsal. By consistently embodying this new reality in your imagination, you begin to reprogram your subconscious mind. Your brain, in turn, starts to filter your perception of the world, highlighting opportunities, people, and pathways that align with your assumed state. For example, instead of thinking, I want to be a confident public speaker, you assume, I am a confident and articulate public speaker. This subtle shift changes everything. You stop focusing on your fear and start focusing on your message. You might find yourself volunteering to speak in a small meeting, not out of a desperate need to practice, but because it feels like a natural expression of who you now are. By living in that mental state, you naturally shift how you think, feel, and act. Your thoughts are no longer filled with doubt, but with the calm certainty of someone who has already arrived. Your feelings of anxiety are replaced with gratitude and ease, And most importantly, your actions become inspired and aligned. You move with purpose, not desperation. This powerful alignment between your inner world and your outward behavior is what brings the results you seek closer to your tangible reality. Manifestation isn't just sitting and wishing, it's not ignoring reality or avoiding action. True manifestation combines belief with consistent action. The mindset fuels the behavior, and together they create results. To start manifesting, begin with clarity. Write down what you want, visualize it daily, and practice gratitude as if it's already here. Small, steady steps in that direction compound into big change.